The 2023 NCAA Indoor Championships are kicking off this coming weekend in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Many have called this the greatest NCAA indoor season in history so far. That's a high bar to clear, but it's almost certain that based on what we've seen this year already, the NCAA Championships will be no joke. And yes, Albuquerque means altitude, which very likely means fast times on the track. With that, let's preview the sprints and the hurdles for the NCAA indoor weekend. First off, the women's 60-meter dash, which will be highlighted by Julien Alfred of Texas. We've spoken about Alfred all season, so she really needs no introduction. All you really need to know is that she is the NCAA record holder at 6.97 seconds, has the 7 fastest times run in NCAA history, 6 of those which were run this year. Alfred is the clear favorite, and she has run in Albuquerque already this year, so this would be a huge upset if she were to lose. Now, a few of her top challengers will come from Samira Moody from USC, Rosemary Chukwuma from Texas Tech, Kiara Grant from Clemson, as well as a couple others. All these ladies have run sub 7.10 seconds in the 60 this year. One dark horse I would say is Jayden Mays of Oregon. Now, she finished 3rd place at NCAA Indoors last year, and though she's only ranked 6th, she could very well finish in the top 2. Now, on the men's side in the 60, I see this really as a 3-way race. Terrence Jones, Ishmael Kone, as well as Favour Ashe. Yes, I know Jones has run 6.46 this year and has the NCAA record from last year at 6.45, but he never got to race at NCAAs last year with a false start. Kone has been consistent this year and has run a best of 6.51, while Ashe has a season's best of 6.52 and a personal best of 6.51 from last year when he finished 3rd place at NCAAs. So don't just hand Terrence Jones the title just yet. Look out for Ashe as well as Kone. Behind them, look out for a couple guys like Lawrence Johnson, Sterling Warner Savage, but then my dark horse picks for the event are Jordan Anthony as well as Shaun Masungwani. Moving up to the 200-meter dash, this will be the first major battle in my opinion. Julien Alfred will go head-to-head with Favour Ofili here. Ofili is the runner-up from 2022 and has since improved her personal best to 22.36 this year. But Alfred is number 2 in NCAA history with 22.26. Both will likely push the boundaries of that 22-second barrier and the NCAA record. But one thing going for Ofili here, this will likely be her first time running at altitude this year, so that may be the little boost she needs to get her first NCAA title. Look out for a couple others like Lene Thomas, Rosemary Chukwuma, Mackenzie Long, and a couple others to challenge for those top spots. While my dark horse pick is Kennedy Flannel. Now, she has only run 23.03 this year, but she has a personal best of 22.6, so she could pull one out at any moment and get people caught sleeping. Looking into the men's field, this is a stacked race. Courtney Lindsey of Texas Tech, Cameron Miller of Louisville, Tarsis Orogot of Alabama, Ja'Cory Patterson of Florida. All 4 of them have run sub 20.30 seconds and look to all have more in the tank. Lindsey has the fastest time, but I really like Orogot as well. But again, it will be a battle between all of them. Of course, keep an eye out for Matthew Bowling, Javante Harding, who are the last 2 NCAA championships. But my dark horse here, Udodi Onwuzurike of Stanford, he finished 3rd place in the outdoor 200 last year and can very well be a threat this weekend. Now, up to the 400s, which are arguably the events of the meet. On the women's side, Talitha Diggs versus Rhasidat Adeleke. This has to be one of the biggest matchups in NCAA history. 2 women broke the previous NCAA record within an hour of each other. Adeleke at 50.33 first, then Diggs at 50.15 just an hour after her. What's even more impressive is both are sprint triple threats. Adeleke had just moved up to the 400 after making the 60 and 200 finals at NCAA Indoors last year. Diggs dropped her personal best to 7.14 and 22.61 in the 60 and 200 respectively this year. Again, this is a battle for the ages, and I know Diggs has that NCAA record, the American record, but we cannot count Adeleke out. They both have the potential to go sub 50 seconds here, so always be on the lookout for them. Couple others right behind them, Amber Anning, Rosie Effiong, Kennedy Simon, and Britton Wilson, all will be in the hunt. My dark horse for this race, Jintasia Jones of USC. She finished 5th place at last year's indoor championships, and she's already been more consistent coming into this year's championships than last year, so please keep a lookout for Jones. Over on the men's side, this is another hot matchup. Elijah Godwin versus Christopher Bailey. Now, Godwin lit up the track at SECs with his 44.75 personal best, but Bailey also made some noise with his 45.09 a few weeks earlier. Now, that is some distance away, but Bailey also ran 45.13 at SEC, so it's not like there's a huge drop off there. I think both of them have the ability to challenge 44.6 indoors, which, as crazy as it sounds, puts them within reach of the world record at 44.52. So we'll see what actually goes down. But right behind them, Ryan Willie, Justin Robinson, and for my dark horse, keep an eye out for Jonathan Jones from Texas. He's always dangerous, especially after that amazing outdoor season he had last year. Let's end off with some hurdles. Now, for the women, this is the Masai Russell show. Russell broke the NCAA record running 7.75 seconds earlier this year. She then backed that up with a 7.77, which is the second fastest time ever, as well as a plethora of other fast times. I think we can likely see her approach the American record of 7.70, and if we don't blink, that world record of 7.68 could be on borrowed time, but that would take a perfect race and Russell running on all cylinders. But do not sleep on Ackera Nugent. 7.81 this year, which is number 4 in NCAA history, and she has 7.88 along with that. Honestly, it wouldn't surprise me if Nugent pulled the upset and won the whole thing over Russell, but both of them running makes it a very good race regardless. A few ladies to keep in mind right behind them, Demisha Roswell, Maribel Salcedo, as well as Aaliyah McCormick, who all have run 8.01 or better this year. My dark horse, Rayiah Jones, who finished 3rd place indoors last year and has a best of 7.95 from last year's race, so she is very much in the mix. Finally, for the men's hurdles, this is actually a very tight race. We have Khaled Dean as well as Omotade Ojora, who have both run 7.53 and 7.54 respectively. That got them to number 11 and number 15 on the all-time indoor list, so I expect them to battle it out for this title. Behind them though, there is a very big gap to everyone else who's running the 7.60 to 7.69 range. So I honestly can't pick someone to really be a solid third. Anyone can squeak in there. Though I would say that Joshua Zeller is a dark horse in the sense that he finished 3rd place at NCAA's outdoors, so could sneak into the top 3 here. So that's the sprints and the hurdles preview for the upcoming NCAA Indoor Championships this weekend. Be sure to check out my preview of the jumping events as well, as those will be some very, very hot competitions we do not want to miss. Let me know what race you're most looking forward to and go ahead and drop your predictions in the comments below. Check my pinned comment for my top 3 picks in the sprints and hurdles. Be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel. We'll be back again next time. Thanks for watching.